Hi, my name is William. Um, I want to do this video to tell you about my experiences where I get visited from my brother who passed away. He didn't pass away; he crossed over to other side 2 years and 3 months ago. Um, this is a continuation from the first video. So if you haven't seen that, watch that first. The link will be probably in the description. So watch that video first, so you know how everything started and what has happened. Okay, I just want to mention that I work as a software engineer. I have a normal life. Um, I don't drink. I maybe take one beer, cold beer, or a glass of wine, but I never drink to get drunk. I don't take any heavy medication. I only have an injection which I take every 10 days in my stomach for my disease. And then just normal painkiller for headaches, which you can buy in any store. So I don't take any medication or drink. So my body is very clean. So everything I'm going to tell you now has nothing to do with that I was drunk or I was high or nothing like that. And before my brother crossed over, I never had this kind of experiences at all. Everything started when we crossed over. So I just want to tell you that, so you know. Okay. After that video voice recording I sent to this YouTube channel, uh, more things has happened, and I did update the description, but something happened in September last year, 2020, and that encounter that just forced me to do this video because I have to do this and I have to share this. It's important. As if you if you have seen the first video, you know that I was not religious before all this, and I became Christian when my brother crossed over, and I started to experience all this. Um, yeah. Okay, I just start, and if I forget something, I just go back. Okay. In When my brother crossed over after that first video, when I came back to Norway, and I think it was around March 2019. During that time, I didn't feel good. I could not sleep well. Of course, when you lose someone, it's hard. So I had a hard time. So my girlfriend back then, one night, she said to me, "Maybe you should take one of my pills, so you just can relax and so you can sleep better." She has some very weak medication for her anxiety and depression, which she takes before she go to bed. So when she wake up, she don't feel any anxiety. But it's nothing special. It's nothing strong. Normally, I never take medication. I don't need it. So she just put it on the side of my bed and said, "Okay, if you regret, you can just take it, so you can relax and sleep." So she was sleeping, and I was just laying in my bed and watching YouTube, and I thought maybe I just can take that pill so I can sleep. So I took the pill. 2 hours, around 2 hours later, I woke up because I could not breathe. Probably, maybe I had some allergic reaction from the medicine. I don't know, but I just could not breathe. It was totally. I was very dry in my mouth and throat. So everything was glued together. I could not just let the air go through. So I just sat up on my bed and woke her up and tried to tell her. I could not speak so good, so I just tried to tell her call the ambulance. And she was very confused when she wake up and tried to call the ambulance. And I just tried to breathe, but it was impossible. So yeah, so I sat on my over the edge of my bed. That's why I'm doing this video, so I can show you. I just sat like this, and tried to breathe. My this feet was stretched out like this, and I was just trying to get some air. And suddenly, when I was sitting like this, suddenly I just saw my soul. My soul started to leave my body. It started from my foot and started to move out. And when my soul was outside my body up to my knee, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, what's going on? And before this started to happen, I was just thinking, okay, I'm going to die now, because I was not able to breathe for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So I was a little bit panicking also. And I just saw my soul starting to leave my body. And as soon as it came up to my knee, I heard a voice from above my head, clear, very clear voice, very nice, beautiful, very gentle voice. I cannot say what if it was a female or a male. It was something between. I don't know, but I could not. I cannot say which gender. But when I was sitting like this and look at my soul, the voice from above my head, clear as a, I don't know, it was so clear. The voice just said, not now, in her way or his way. And as soon as this voice said, not now, my soul just slammed back to my body, and I literally felt it when it slammed back. And as soon as my body slammed back, I could breathe again. It was still hard, but I could get some air. So I get up and start to walk a little bit and have some water to moisture my mouth and throat. Uh, this took me around 6-7 hours before I could breathe normally again. But this voice, if it was God or Jesus or my angel, I don't know. But this voice saved me before my soul left my body completely. And my soul was white, transparent, but it was a glowing bluish color around the edges. Very beautiful blue color. I cannot explain it, but the soul was white, but the edge was bluish. This was around Mars. Um, During that time, uh, I became Christian, and I was talking to Jesus 24/7 and my brother that I need to know, I need answers. I have to be sure that my brother is okay, and that you, Jesus Christ, is taking care of my brother. I have to, yeah. Um, so I more or less talk to Jesus and my brother all the time, even in my sleep. Um, I just I could hear myself talking when I want to like change position in bed. I could hear myself repeating these things, and it was like April or May 2019, one night when I was sleeping, my brother came to me. I was in a white room. It was a round white table, and then it was a dark chair, black chair. He was sitting on that chair, and as soon as I saw him, I said, "Have you talked to Jesus?" And he was sitting like this here. I was standing here on his left, and then other side of the table, maybe 4 meters from me, it was 4 or 5 meters from me. It was a entity who was standing there and watching us. I could not see the face, only the shape of the entity. As soon as I saw him, I said, "Have you talked to Jesus?" And he looked at me and said, "No, why?" I said, "You have to talk to Jesus and ask for forgiveness." And he looked at me in an irritated voice and said, "Why has no one told me this before?" And I didn't want to explain because I didn't want to lose time during this connection. So I just said, "Call Jesus, he will hear you and he will come to you, and go down on your knees and ask for forgiveness for your sins." And then he said in a very calm voice, "Okay, I do it now." And then the connection was broken. 4 days after that, when I talked to my brother, I had a letter in my mailbox. Back then I lived in a building with maybe 60, 70 apartments, and on the fourth floor, on the wall, it was mailboxes for every apartment. And I have lived there for 4 years, but I never get mail from another person. Like postman put it in a wrong mailbox. But when I came back, when I came home, I had a letter. I have to get it. Wait one second. This letter was in my mailbox, and I just looked at it, and of course it was not my name. So I started to check on the other mailboxes to put it on the in the right mailbox, but there was no one in that in that building with that name. So I went up and I started to search this person on web and in different websites and Facebook and all over, but I could not find this person anywhere in Norway. There were no person in Norway with this name. So I was just because the name is very strange. I'm going to show you soon. So I thought for myself, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is what I have been asking from Jesus. So I started to Google the meaning of the names. The names is let me show you. I don't know if you can see this. Anyway, the name is Jesus Mike Willams. I have never heard someone be called Jesus. Anyway, so I Googled the meaning of the names, and the meaning of the names was very cool because I have to just see here. It was I have write it the meaning so I don't forget it. Yeah, the meaning was Jesus, who is from God, resolute protector. That is the meaning of the names when you translate Jesus Mike Willams. And if I understand this correctly, it means that Jesus take care of everyone. He is a protector. So this was very cool, and I did find this person 1 year later on LinkedIn, and it was a person who lived in that building 2 years earlier, but moved to Iceland a long time ago. So I opened it and I scanned the document and posted it, but I keep the original for myself, which was okay for him. Um, so that was very cool. It was like a message to me. I don't know. Uh, 3 days later, after this, when I get this letter, I was in my bed sleeping, and suddenly I I was in a church. Um, I was suddenly in a church with the priest I see every Sunday, and he gave me a cup. This cup, you drink wine in church with the bread. He gave me a cup and said, "Okay, stand here." I said, "Why?" He said he put his arm on my shoulders like this, and he said, "Jesus is coming. Everything is set. He is coming." And it was me, and there was six more people standing in a circle, and then the priest was standing in the middle. And there was few people behind me. One of them was my mother, and so I just took one step back and told my mother, "Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming." And from the ceiling, from the ceiling, it was coming down a golden chest, and I was thinking. Why is it golden chest? Where is Jesus? Is Jesus inside the chest? Why the chest? So when I took the step back and told my mother, Jesus is coming, and get back again, the chest was on the church floor, and Jesus was standing in front of the chest, and the priest was greeting the Jesus. Jesus had a robe, light brown, and then he had something here, darker brown, and then long hair, like this long, dark hair. Um, and I was just standing there and looked at Jesus, and he started to turn towards me. So as soon as he started to turn towards me, I just got to my knees and my hand on the floor, and my face towards the floor, because I couldn't look at him. I didn't felt I was worthy of his presence, um, but I wanted to see him, so I tried to um, lift up my head, and when I did a little bit like this, I saw his feet in front of me. So he was standing right in front of me. So I saw this part of his toes, but then I took down my head again because I didn't allow myself to look at him. And I struggled with myself because I want to see it, but I didn't allow myself because I was like thinking, who am I? I'm not worthy. And I just could feel his energy when he was standing in front of me, a very, very powerful energy. And my struggle with myself became so strong. Uh, so I forced myself to wake up. Um, so I woke up. I was crying, not crying much, but a little bit tears in my eyes. 1 week later, after that experience, my brother came back to me. Uh, I was, I'm not sure where I was. It was like a castle, old castle, or old church. I'm not sure, but the walls were these kind of castle bricks to step on. And then when he was standing, it was a big opening behind him, and I could see there was no window. It was just the opening, and I could see the outside environment. It was trees and grass, and I could also see that we are maybe 2, 3, 400 above the ground because the trees was small, so we were quite up in the air. And I said to him as soon as I saw him, I said, "Hotan, tell them that you want to go back." He said, "No." "Why?" "I feel good here. I can do what I want. I can go where I want, and I can eat what I want without gaining weight." And when he said, "I can eat what I want without gaining weight," he did like this. because it was very important for him when he was here that he has like flat stomach and good body. And I said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm. They are still taking care of me, but I will leave soon." I said, "When?" And then he smiled and said, "There is no time here, but you can put it like you can think like 1 hour there is like 4 days on Earth, and I will live in 23 Earth days." And when he was standing there, he was changed. He was very beautiful, perfect. He was happy. His smile, everything was perfect, and his hair was so beautiful. He had a haircut I have never seen before on him. I have to find it. His hairstyle was like this. I found this few months later when I was just Google searching for men's haircut to fix my hair, and then suddenly I saw this and I said, "Oh my God, this is exactly like his haircut." So I saved the picture, but he had black hair. This was blonde. But the haircut style was exactly the same. And the cool thing was when he was standing there, uh, there were three golden spheres, I don't know what to call it, but those globes or spheres, gold, they were shining, like glowing, this big, and they were just hovering around, uh, circling around close to him. And I said, "What is that?" He said, "Those are spirits. They are guardian spirits." And he said, "They choose to be in that state. As longer they stay in that state, the more they get something." I remember when I was there, he explained to me why they choose to be in that state, and I remember that I was like, "Ah, yeah, of course." But when I woke up, I could not remember that part, the explanation why they choose to be in that state and do. I don't remember. Um, I mean, I have many experiences during these 2 years. I remember everything. I don't remember what I dreamt last night, but all of this I remember everything and all the experiences. But in this particular, this part of the encounter or experience, I just cannot remember it. It's like I have analyzed this many times, million times, but every time I come to this part, it's just it's just not there, and then it starts again when I remember. Oh yeah, of course. But the explanation, I just can't remember it. Why they choose to be in that state? Um, when these things happen, I mean, I dream every night. But it's completely different when uh, someone connect with you from the other side. It's like day and night. It's like white and black. The different is very different. It's I cannot explain it, but even when everything happens in my brain or my mind, I'm more clear and awake more than right now. It feels like that. Everything is crystal clear. Uh, so he said he will live in 23 Earth days. And during that time, after that experience, one night when I was sleeping, suddenly I heard a voice, very clear, very clear. A voice told me in my ear, "Read John 29. And I woke up and tried to find John 29 in the Bible. Um, I could not find it in my Bible. I'm new in Christianity, so I'm not. I have only read half of the New Testament, uh, but I couldn't find it. So a few days later, when I was in church, I asked uh, the priest's wife. She's also a priest, and she bring another book. So I found the text. I don't remember the text. I have tried to find it again, but I can't find it because the text was in Swedish, and when I read the Bible in English, it doesn't match so good. So I'm not sure if I'm looking on the right text. But anyway, but the text, when I read it back then, the meaning of the text was like whatever happens, in any situation, whatever happens, never lose your faith. Um, so yeah, someone just told me that. Read John 29. Um, and then, of course, there have been many small experiences, small visitation. But last September 2020, something happened which is very extreme, very cool, which is a reason I'm doing this video now. I know it's everything I'm telling you now is very hard to believe. I understand that, and it's totally fine if you laugh at me or make fun of me or whatever. It's totally fine. It's fine with me. I'm just telling you the truth. Everything is 100% truth. There is no reason for me to lie about anything about this. I don't get any money or I don't get fame. Nothing. So there is no reason for me to do this video. I never post anything on social media. I never, I'm not active on any social media. So to do this video is a very big step for me. And of course, I don't want to lie and disappoint Jesus. So this is my truth, 100%. One day I was in the bathroom, I was in the shower. When I came out, I was drying myself with a towel, like this very fast, and I had this necklace. And my towel, it gets stuck in this cross. So in this motion, when I did like this, and I was a little bit bending forward, it gets stuck and then snapped back like this. And when it snapped back, it cut my face here, this big here, and it started to bleed. And I look at myself in a mirror, and I was thinking, like, why did I cut myself in the face with a cross? Have I done anything wrong? Is Jesus mad at me? Is he trying to say something? And all that day I was like thinking about this and trying to figure out why I cut myself with a cross in my face here, this big. So I was just a little bit worried. I don't know, but it didn't feel good in my stomach. Very same night when I was sleeping, when you're standing and you are just looking around, you're not expecting someone to suddenly come and hug you. So you're just standing there and looking around, and suddenly someone comes and hug you, and you're like, whoa, who are you? You get surprised. So I was in my bed and sleeping, and suddenly someone came and hugged me like this. He put his head on my chest. His face was looking to my left, and he lifted me up a little bit, and he started to walk very, very slowly to my left. And I was like, "Whoa, who are you?" And I was just looking at this like this, and I bent it over like this and saw his face. Yeah, my PC freeze, so I have to stop and start over the recording. Anyway, and I was like, Jesus, Jesus, and I saw that it is Jesus who is hugging me and walking me very slowly that way. And I still had my arms out here. I wanted to hug him, but I couldn't allow myself because, of course, again, because I didn't feel I'm worthy. And I did try to kiss his hair very, very, very gently. But I just felt that I have to look at my left. And when I look at my left, I just knew that it's my future. And then when I look at my right, it was my past. And then he was gone. So I woke up. The clock was like a few minutes after 7. Every time these kind of things happens to me, it's when I wake up. It's a few minutes after 7 in the morning. So I was just laying in my bed for many hours, maybe 3-4 hours, and thinking about this, and that Jesus came to me and he hugged me, and it was like he's telling me that everything is okay. He's not mad at me. I haven't done anything wrong, and he's walking me into the future. It was like he's telling me, "I'm with you into the future." After 3-4 hours, when I go up and I went to the bathroom to wash my face, I was washing my face, and suddenly I just noticed this scar here. And this is the reason I'm doing this video, and this is completely true. This scar that was bleeding yesterday, day before, it was completely gone. There were no trace of any wound, nothing. It was nothing there. It was like it never happened. So he came to me. He came to me and hugged me and walked with me into the future, and he removed this scar in my face that was bleeding day before. I know it's hard to believe. I understand that. I have told this to a few colleagues and my friends, but every time they just look at me like I'm an idiot, or good dreams, or yeah, whatever. And two of them has even stopped talking to me. So I understand it's hard to believe, but it's completely true. There is no reason for me to lie. And the last time my brother came to me, it was right after this encounter with Jesus, September last year, 2020. I was sleeping, and then suddenly I was in a very big house. I was standing like this, and in front of me it was stairs which went down, and then it was flat, and then down again. And the part it was when it was flat, it was a very big high window, and I could see outside. It was green grass, trees, and a very big swimming pool. And I looked to my left and to my right. It was people to my both sides. I could not see who people were. I could not see the faces or the body, but I just could see the entities, the shapes. But I could feel that they are looking at me and smiling. I just, I just, I just knew that they are looking at me and smiling. And some of them, I just knew that some of them are friends to my brother, who also has passed away many years before from the same problem. So I knew that some of them were, I knew them too. They were my brother's friends. And I was like, oh, it's maybe my brother is here too. So I was about to take one step to go down, and to check the first floor to see, because it was 2 floors, to see if he's on the first floor. As soon as I was about to take a step forward, my brother came from my left and smiled, and I said, "Hutan, is this your house?" He said, "Yeah, this is my house," and very big smile, you know. I said, "Yeah, it's so beautiful, so cool." And then I woke up. And when I woke up that day, I tried to reach my mother because she was in Iran, and she got stuck because of this COVID-19. And finally, when I get to her, I tell her about this, and she asked what time it was when I woke up. So I told her, and she said, about that time when you woke up, it was exactly when I was still laying on my bed and I was talking to Hutan, and asking him all kind of question about where he is. Are you okay? Are you with your friends? Are you happy? Do you have a house or do you have a big house? You know, all kind of questions. And I said, Mother, everything you was asking him, at the same time he came to me and he showed me and answered every question you had, which was incredible. So when my mother was laying in Iran and asking all kind of questions, he came to me at the same time and showing me and answering her questions. So that's very cool. I'm doing this video just because I just want people to know that people we love, they don't die. They just go to another place, which is much, much better. Um, and God is real. Jesus is real. Trust me. Jesus is 1000% real. And heaven is real. If I'm doing this because I have read all the comments from the first video, so I know there is many people who is worried about the loved one they have lost, um, but I'm sure that they are in a good place. They are with God and they have a good life. And also, if you are watching and you are not Christian, or you don't need to have a religion, but if you are not Christian or believe in Jesus, you should give him a chance. Uh, Not from here or here, give him a chance in here, 100%. And I'm sure you will find the answer because trust me, he is real. So that don't gamble with your soul and your life, because this life will end. That when the day comes when we cross over, you will see that everything I'm telling you here, you will see that everything is true and you will see God. So for your soul and for your life, give Jesus a chance in here. I just want to say one last thing. My grandpa, when he died for over 20 years ago, when he was in a hospital, um, he said to my mother that I was not there, that I have lived a long life here and I thought my life was good. But now, when I have seen the other side, I know this is nothing compared to the other side. Because when he was dying when he was in the hospital, he said that he has left his body many times and went to the other side and back. And he said, I cannot tell you how it is, but it's nothing compared to this. And 5 6 years later, when my grandma died, before she died, she was very afraid for death. But 1 month before she died, she said, I'm not afraid anymore because grandpa come and visit me every night and talk to me and sleep here in my bed every night. So our loved ones is here, and they are in a much better place. So trust in God, and I'm happy that I found Jesus in all of this, because He is real, very much. Yeah, I think I have told you everything. Uh, I hope you believe me, and I hope this make you think and change your life to something better. And if there is something I can do, just leave a comment or something. And I wish you all the best, and God bless. Take care, and yeah, you should share this video as much as possible. Um, Even if people laugh at me, I don't care. People should know anyway. Okay, take care. Bye.